And everyone in my office is like, damn girl, you're on fire. What are you doing? And I don't honestly want to tell them.
I keep it a secret.
I'm like, I ain't telling anyone. But
So as far as GCI, Julia, how much do you think RealtyLab is going to bring to you, let's say until the end of Q4?
I mean, we're talking like just on 6 transactions alone, we're easily over $100,000. Hey, I'm Julia Olmstead, located in St. Augustine, Florida. That's Northeast Florida. I've been a realtor here going on 13 years here in Florida, and I have a small team. I was looking for more seller leads, and you told me about your company and what you guys could do and generate some, good quality leads. And I'm, pleasantly surprised at how well it's worked out in just a few months that we've been working together. So we currently have over 200 seller leads that your company has generated for us. We have been on 6 appointments thus far, and we just listed our first 2 listings, one which went under contract within 2 days, and the other one has its first showing. Yeah. So the other one listed 2 days ago. We have our first showing, and this is in a market where things really slowed because of the high interest rates. So we are talking to the 3rd seller who's getting ready to list with us, and then we have one more after that. So it's timing for all the sellers. We realize that when we receive seller leads, we need to work it with, building a relationship with them. So going into this, we're not anticipating, any sales immediately, but we were pleasantly surprised when we had 2 sellers say, hey, we're looking to list immediately. So that was really shocking and, surprising. And we're super happy that that's happened because both of those are right now on the market. So, yeah,
that's
we're
great.
really happy about that.
Yeah, that's what I hear most of the time. Like realtors, they think once they got the leads in, they're gonna be instantly ready to sell. It isn't what happening most of the time, as you know. But fortunately, 2 of those sellers that you talk with, the leads, they're ready to go and everything. So that's awesome to hear. But one thing that you said that I think is important to highlight is you have to be on top of those leads, right? Once they're generated, once they're there, you have to really go after them, give them a couple calls, get in contact with them, and from there, get the listing appointment. And from there, right? So you can tell me a little bit of your experience doing that. What was your process?
So honestly, one of the 2, originally when I spoke to them, was not looking to list right away. They told me 6 months originally. And just by fluke, I went through the list of leads we had, followed up, said just checking in. And to my surprise, they went from 6 months to immediate. And that was just in a matter of like a week or 2, I believe it was, that I followed up. And follow-up is the key. The gold is in the follow-up. That's what they always say. So following up is definitely very important, and having systems in place, because you did generate a lot of leads for us. And so the hard part was then, like, we were rushed with so many leads. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have to work all of these. So then we had to get, creative in how we were going to, create our system of things, and have that follow up and make sure that we're, calling people, emailing, texting, and or doing mailers, So a lot of the sellers, we have actually talked to the majority of them, and really they're just looking for right now, like a home equity report. They want to know what their house is worth right now. That tells me that they're thinking about selling at some point, whether it be today, tomorrow, a year or 2 from now. One of the listing appointments we have, we know that they're 2 years out. They flat out told us, we met with them, we built a relationship with them, I keep in touch with them, and they said, when we're ready, you're going to be our agent. So I'm not concerned about that, but I do stay in front of them so that they don't forget me and develop a relationship with someone else in the next 2 years. So we're definitely really, really happy with the results, to be honest. They've been great. It's been great to generate this and kickstart, the end of this last quarter so strong. And then going into next year, we anticipate it being even better.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Julia. So let's backtrack a little bit here. So you said you already got 2 listings. One is already under contract, right? The other one just hit the market, already have a showing. Can you walk a little bit of us, like the price point of those listings? Are also the sellers gonna use you for another transaction, if whether they're gonna buy? And you said you had already other ones in the pipeline. So do you know how exactly how many, how the deal is going to look like? A little bit for that.
I think you have generated roughly a little over 200 seller leads for us in a very short amount of time, just in a few months, maybe 2.5 months. I'm not sure exactly how long ago we signed up with you.
It's a little longer, yeah.
Okay.
About 4 months.
Oh, is it 4 months already? Okay, it seems like it went super fast. So one of the so the first listing was 650,000, and that's under contract with a cash buyer, close in 3 weeks. So and we're right now just in the middle of inspections and all of that. The other one is 760,000, and that is a great one because it's near the ocean on the beach side here in Florida, which we always love to sell on the beach side. It's an Airbnb potential for short-term rental investors. That's who we believe will buy this house, and actually that's who's going to see it today. So if we sell that one, that's great. The first one, yes, we will help them find another house. We're looking in this area, but they're also considering moving to the other side of Florida. If they do that, we're going to refer them out to one of our referral network partners. The other one, the ladies who are selling the beach house have another house, and so we won't need to help them on another transaction in that situation. The third one, whose wife passed away, it's an older gentleman. He wants to sell this big house that they own. They've only owned it a few years. It's practically brand new. It's absolutely gorgeous. Another one that will be listed at 650,000, and we will help him downsize and move into an over 55 community. So he's just come back into town this week from up north, and we plan on revisiting him one more time. Now, if not, he did say that his son wants him to move down to Naples. So we will refer him down there as well to one of our partners, network partners. And I'm trying to remember who the fourth one is. We have one more coming. I just have to jog my memory right now.
It was Mark, right?
What's that?
Was he Mark?
Oh yeah, Mark. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm like, who is the fourth one? So Mark is another one. Unfortunately, his wife also passed away. He's currently in an over 55 community, but he wants to move closer to family back up in the Midwest. And so he should be probably listing before the end of the year, but he hasn't fully committed yet. It's been a lot on him. But definitely a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of people were worried that the market turned and then they wanted to know what their value of their home is. We have a couple of really high-end ones that you also got us.
Talk a little bit more about that.
In town. Yeah. So we have a few doctors in town who live in a really high-end gated community where the doctor wants to downsize. I talked to one extensively, but his wife doesn't want to sell yet. So we're just going to continue to develop that relationship, stay in front of him. And when the time is right, I'm sure that they'll, call us when they're ready. He's got to convince his wife right now to sell. So we'll see what happens. But we have another one that's oceanfront, over $1 million. Both of those were over $1 million properties. We have several actually in the pipeline that are over $1 million. So what
would you say is the highest lead that you got so far as home value?
Like 1.6 million. Yeah. If we land that, we're still working that lead, so we're excited. Yeah. I think 2024 is going to be a big year for us. We realize that listing properties is what leverages your property. On average, listing agents spend 7 to 11 hours listing a property from start to finish to close. When buyers, it's on average 30 to 40 hours of invested time from start to close. So obviously, listing properties is where most realtors want to be.
100%, right? It's where your time is the most effective, and you can leverage those sellers to get even more transactions out of it, right? So okay, so just to summarize here, seems like we have 3, 4, and then maybe 2 referrals. Maybe they're gonna be a transaction as well. So you would say on average, already what, 5 or 6 transactions?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be more than that. I'm just going off the top of my head. I can't even remember all of the people we spoke with. And everyone in my office is like, damn girl, you're on fire. What are you doing? And I don't honestly want to tell them.
I keep it a secret.
I'm like, I ain't telling anyone. But yeah, so we're doing really good. Yeah, so we appreciate that. We're super busy. Every time I go on a listing appointment, I'm taking a little snapshot or video and just putting it out there like listing appointment. And so people know that we are, booking appointments. And we're going to do some more. So I'll give you an update soon if you want one. In another month, come back and check with me and I'll let you know how many more we listed.
100%. Yes. So as far as GCI, Julia, how much do you think RealtyLab is going to bring to you, let's say until the end of Q4?
I mean, just for the 2 right now, if we get those under contract and, you know, it depends on if we get both ends of the deal. The first one, I did not get, you know, both ends of the deal. Someone else brought in the buyer. I got to think about the math real quick. So that one, I can't disclose how much it's going to sell for, but the first one's going to bring us $18,000, roughly, a little bit more than that. The second one, if we sell it, will bring us about $23,000. So if you just did those 2 alone, those come to about $41,000. Yes.
And so you still have multiple other ones in the pipeline.
Yeah, we have multiple other ones in the pipeline. So when we think about what we've spent so far, our first sale will cover your fees for, I don't know how many months, maybe the whole year. You know what I mean? So maybe 6 months, something like that. But again, math is like not my definite strong suit. I'd have to figure out. But anyway, so, you know, if we were to do, like, let's just say all 6 or the other 2 for 650, I know, like the one for Mike, the older gentleman, we already talked price and everything. He's going to be at 650. So that's going to be about roughly another $19,000. And then the other one for Mark, I think that one was going to be about 550. So, you know, 15 grand there. I mean, we're talking like just on 6 transactions alone, you know, if we had 10 transactions, you know, we're easily over $100,000.
Wow.
Well, you know, if we're at 6, I'm guessing we're at like 80, something like that. We can hit 10 depending on price points, but generally speaking, all of them have been really, really good price points as well. We've had a couple of lower ones, but mostly everything's been over 500,000 and higher. And our average price point in this market here where we're at is 450,000. So we're definitely getting quality leads. And just talking with and I know just as being an experienced agent that it takes sometimes a long time to list properties. They have to trust you. You have to develop that relationship. And that's what we do. We're super patient through the process. So it took a couple of months for us to work all the leads, you know what I mean? But the ones that came in recently were like, we had 2 that were ready to go. But the first time, she said 6 months. I happened to check in with her again. And she goes, oh, I'm so glad you called. We just interviewed 3 other agents. Do you want to be number 4? And I said, sure. They saved the best for last because I landed on the listing. So all good things, you know, all really, really good things, you know. Just trying to work on. We have so many leads, we just have to work them all, you know. And 100%. So we're excited. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that, Julia. Honestly, and to be very honest with the people seeing this, you're a killer here too. So you make my job look easy. You know what I mean? So if I just put the people in front of you, I know you're gonna, you know, help them out. You know, find a dream home or sell the house.
The trick is, yeah. I mean, you have to follow up. You have to be willing to call these people. I know now that you can get me the leads. That's not the problem. The problem is if you don't follow up. There'll be plenty of leads coming through. Your system has definitely brought in leads for sure. And, you know, it's all about the follow-up. You got to be available. You got to follow up and you got to follow up. And that's all there is to it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Follow-up is that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you know? 100%. That's the secret, right? The secret sauce there.
That's the secret. And if you do follow up, you got to make sure you know what you're doing. Like you got to make sure that you know what you're going to bring to the table. Why should somebody hire you as a listing agent? What do you bring? What value? What marketing are you going to do? Do you know what you're going to do? You know, that's all very important. So if people invest in this, you know, they have to invest in this is an investment into their business, you know, and they're going to have to really just think about, you know, some of the things that I do for people is I guarantee them that I'm going to pay for online advertisement, whether that be through Instagram or social, you know, any and all social media. I have a good following on social media, so I do a lot of posts there. We guarantee to do open houses if they wish to have open houses. We guarantee to do postcard mailers. I do that on all listings, just listed, pending, under contract, and just sold. So, you know, have a marketing plan ready to go because you will get the leads. And then you have to be able to sell it to people. What makes you better than the next person? That's important too.
100%.
So, just want to share that because I know. What's that?
It's all about, putting the skin on the game, putting your money where your mouth is and really investing on selling those properties. I feel like that's a big takeaway for you as your differentiator from all the other agents. Because when sellers see that, she's invested in the process, she's gonna get us the house sold, and they go with it.
And some of the other things I offer that make me stand apart is like I always put a listing, home warranty listing coverage on my listing. So that sets me apart from some other agents. It doesn't cost much to go with like American Home Shield or 210 home warranty or over whatever ones you guys want to use. They all have like for 60 or 70 bucks listing coverage. So that sets me apart. That's something that I always tell people, well, while I list your house, I'm going to add a home warranty on it. Or if it's a higher price point, I want to add maybe a free 1-year home warranty to a potential buyer, and that's something I pay for. Those are things that I do that set me apart from other agents. Sometimes I even throw in a little house cleaning, if the person needs it. Maybe we house clean the house before we list it. We always have staging opportunities for our sellers. I have either local stagers that can really stage, or we can soft stage. So these are all little things that I do to win the listing as well. So people are going to get the leads if they go at your company, but they've got to be ready to take them on. So I hope 100%. They have systems in place. That would be my biggest tip to everybody if they're going to listen to this.
Yeah, and we appreciate that you sharing the secrets, sharing the special sauce.
Yeah, some of my secret sauce. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time, and I realize what people's needs are, and house cleaning actually is one of them. That a lot of times people feel overwhelmed. And that's why that's why you're seeing so many deals off market and going out to these wholesalers. And these people are undervaluing their homes and they're losing big time, for simple things like organization or, the house needing to be decluttered. These are services and tips and tricks that you can give your sellers that will make people stand apart from, the other agents in town. You've got to really lean into your business when you take on a seller. So I think there's way more that you can do as well. But anyway. So that's where
it's
we're
all about
at.
adding to the experience, right, with the selling and everything. But just touch a little bit more on that, Julia. I know you as of right now, you have a small team, and I believe we talked about it in the future. You have plans of, adding people to the team, really making it a larger one, so you can move it out, move it a little bit out of business, more working on the business, right? So you can leverage these other people as well. So how is RealtyLab helping you achieve the goal of reaching the bigger team?
Well, because I'm starting to feel like I can't handle all the leads. So I need to add extra listing manager, basically, and that's going to come in January. So we're in November now, and we're gearing up for, next year. We're going to start interviewing new agents. I think that if we continue, which we will be, to receive all of these leads right now, sellers are wanting to sell. And the reason why is they all got nervous that the market started tanking. I mean, that's part of it. There's a lot of other reasons why sellers want to sell. I mean, even in a down market, there's always going to be sellers. They have to sell for work relocation, or maybe there was a death in the family, or a divorce, or there's debt. It's all the D's. They call it, I forget if it's like the 4 or 5 D's. But there's always going to be reasons why people, need to downsize, or maybe they need to upsize, or maybe they're working from home now. They need a house with an office. So regardless of the market conditions, people will always be buying and selling no matter what. You just want to take that market share. And RealtyLab has really helped us get the listings, and people see how active we are. Part of that is because when I'm going on the listing appointments, I'm actually shooting a quick video, like another listing appointment. And people are like, what the heck is she doing? And so, so RealtyLab has really helped us book so many appointments. We've done 6 already. I know we have more in the pipeline. I just can't think off the top of my head, but today is one of my days of going back through RealtyLab and all of the leads that we have, some of the high priority ones.
That's great. I mean, that's awesome to hear, Julia. So I feel like we can just close this on our last question right here that I have for you. So what would you say for someone that's kind of on the fence about joining the program? Maybe they've been burned in the past. Maybe, they have bad experiences with lead generation before. So what would you say to those people?
I would say that everything you told me you would do has come true. You know, you followed through with everything. Your availability has been amazing. You've always been available. You've coached me through some things as well and given me some pointers and tips. Even just script and role play. I mean, in the beginning, you were like, I think you should say this to these customers. And so that's been amazing as well. Because sometimes when you're in the business a really long time, you get, you know, stuck in your ways and complacent. So this was kind of new for me because I've never bought leads throughout my career. And maybe like many years ago, just for a little bit, I bought some buyer leads on, you know, one of those big platforms and was not happy. And so I never ever wanted to invest again in buying online leads. But you assured me, and the only leads I ever care about, to be honest, you know, because we can get buyer leads from listings. So we can always get plenty of buyers, but the listings are the harder thing to get. And so you guaranteed to get me the seller leads, and it came true. So I definitely trust you and your company, and I value it. I would tell people that if you're going to do this and invest in it, brace yourself for the leads and get ready. But you have to be ready to take them on. If you're not, then you're just going to be like frustrated. You're getting all these leads, and if you don't follow up with them, then what's the point? You're not going to see the value in them. But you have to work them like anything else. And that's it. I mean, that's my number one tip to everybody. So anyway, I hope that helps. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely did. So
Yeah.
okay, I just wanted to thank you for your time today, Julia. The
My
interview
pleasure.
has been amazing.
Thank
All the
you.
value that you added, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful for a lot of other agents that are going to see this. Okay.
No, thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. I appreciate your company. You as well. You know, you've given me a lot of good insight, and you're dedicated to this, and I appreciate that too, because I know that it's important to you to see the results.
100%.
And I can see that from you, and so that's very much appreciated. So
Yeah.
thank you for that, and looking forward to continuing this on and having a killer 2024.
Let's do it.
All right, definitely. All right, thanks.
All right.
Everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.